I'm going to compare 5 different instant coffees for backpacking, and I'm going to tell you which one I like best. This is part 2 based on your requests. I did a previous video where I compared a bunch of different coffees for backpacking. Oh God, that's not good. I'll put a link maybe down there. You had a lot of coffees that you wanted me to try. So today I'm going to try 5 of them. I'm going to make each of these coffees right out here in the snow today. I'm going to taste each one. This is purely based on my own personal taste. And then at the end, I'll tell you which one is the best. 5 coffees I'm going to try. We have, I feel like Santa Claus, Mount Hagen, organic fair trade instant coffee, freeze dried. Cusa or CUSA, cold brew instant coffee, hot or iced in 3 seconds. Cafe Bustelo Espresso instant coffee. Nescafé, this is classic, Nescafé Espresso original. Trader Joe's instant coffee packets. It says all dressed up with sugar and creamer. I don't usually take my coffee with sugar and creamer, but a lot of you asked me to try this. And then bonus, we'll see how cold and wet I get out here, but if there's time, I'm going to try the Four Sigmatic. This is one of the mushroom coffees. Because I want to be consistent with the last test, I will try most of them with either plant-based coconut milk powder or the bulletproof creamer, which is grass-fed butter and MCT oil. All right, let's get this going. First up, Mount Hagen, some water. To make a cup, use 1 to 2 teaspoons per cup. Smells not a rich smell. It almost is like a industrial. It smells like a diner. Not like diner coffee, but like when you walk into a diner. Oh, it's bitter. I could get used to this. It's a pretty tasty coffee. There's a little bit of a, I don't know how to describe it, almost like a papery aftertaste. I'm making these words up. I am not an expert coffee taster. Not bad, but bitter. Definitely bitter. I'm going to try this with some creamer. Is it possible that it could be more bitter with creamer? It like brought out the bitterness. I mean, I don't mind it. I actually would drink this at home if I was feeling lazy. I like a dark roast, but I like a rich, fruity dark roast. This is really bitter, but it is delicious. Next up, Trader Joe's Instant. A lot of you asked me to try Trader Joe's. Now, I live in the middle of nowhere. There's not a Trader Joe's near me. There's one about an hour and 45 minutes away. I happen to be around one, so I picked this up. This is a 10-pack, and it says they're all dressed up with cream and sugar. Let's see what's in the box. The packets are much bigger. I guess the advantage is they are pre-mixed. So you have this little waterproof, self-contained way to make coffee that is super easy. All the others, the ingredients are just coffee. So let's see what the ingredients are in this one. They are number 1 ingredient, cane sugar. Number 2, creamer, which is corn syrup, palm oil, whey powder, and milk. Potassium phosphate, sodium caseinate. There is freeze-dried Arabica coffee, mocha coffee powder, which is made of dextrin, coffee, and water. You can see there's a lot of stuff besides coffee in there. I'm going to pour my water in there. Let's give it a try. Sorry, fans of Trader Joe's Instant. It's like Ski Lodge coffee. Maybe because Ski Lodge coffee is kind of tasteless and then you add cream and sugar to try to save it. It's like coffee ice cream, but not good coffee ice cream that tastes like coffee. Coffee ice cream that tastes like sugar and milk with like a little bit of burnt sawdust. Is that mean? I don't know. It doesn't taste very good to me. The sun is going down and it's getting chilly, so it's a good thing I'm testing hot coffee. Okay, and then we have the CUSA or Cusa coffee, cold brew. This is one a bunch of you recommended, and they seem to sell it in outdoors and camping stores. I'm not sure why, but maybe they've got an in with our market. It says, in your hands is a coffee that will change your coffee drinking experience forever. Cusa coffee is the world's first cold brew instant coffee. This has, it says 7 servings in it. They look like this. Little sticks mixed with hot or cold water. Obviously, I'm going to do it as hot. For me, there is nothing like a hot cup of coffee in the morning with a beautiful view. So I don't see the need for cold, but I guess if you were camping in the summer in the desert, cold could be awesome. So here we go. Get some more water. Heat this up. A lot of people don't use the Jetboils anymore because they're heavy and overpriced, people say. But the thing about overpriced is if you already own it, like I bought it probably 10 years ago, then it's not overpriced. It would cost me more to buy something new and cheap. So it's the perfect price. This is the dark roast, Cusa. 8 to 10 ounce cup for one stick, which is 230 to 300 milliliters. And this has milliliters. A big moment. The Cusa coffee. A lot of people recommended this. It's sold in a lot of outdoor stores, so it should be good for backpacking, right? Doesn't smell like coffee. It's almost like a grainy smell. Yeah, like a barley. Could that be? It doesn't taste bad. Somebody told me I should let it sit a little longer. So I'm going to do that while I go get the creamer to try. Okay, it sat for a minute, but not so long it would get cold. Let's give it one more try. It just doesn't have a lot of taste. All right, so I'm going to try with some creamer so that this test is consistent. This is this coconut milk powder. Let's check the ingredients. The ingredients are coconut milk, tapioca maltodextrin, and gum acacia. So mostly coconut milk, dried. Oh, that smells good. It smells like coconut. It's getting a little thicker. That's good. That made it taste worse. I'm sorry. I know a bunch of you love this coffee. And I try to tell you coffee is just personal taste, but that wasn't that great to me. I like the coconut smell. All right, what's next? I'm going to try the Nescafé. This is like classic instant coffee. It's an espresso original. I think I might have even had this mixed up when I tried the Medaglia d'Oro. I might have been thinking about Nescafé. This comes in a box. I had to order it online. They didn't have it in my local store. And it only has 5 packets in it. I'm going to open it up right now. Okay, that's not correct. It doesn't have 5 packets. It has quite a few packets. Okay, I'm excited about this one. I'm also getting cold, so I got to reheat the water. Okay. Boy, they all look a little different. Some are crystals, some are powdery. This one's powdery. The instructions called for adding a lot less water to the little packet than some of the others, and maybe that's why it tastes... I don't know if it tastes good, but I'm guessing it will. Okay, smell. We're in the middle now. Not as good a smell as like a real brewed coffee, but not as bad a smell as some of them. This is very unscientific. I just want to reiterate, this is just about taste. Not bad. I'm thinking of the coffees we've tested so far. The best one before this was the Mount Hagen. How does this compare? Not as bitter, but also not as flavorful, if that makes sense. Definitely one I would be happy to have on a camping trip. But the best? I don't think so. Okay, in the interest of fairness, I said I would try them all with creamer. Better. It's starting to have like a rich, buttery, delicious coffee taste. This one's going up in the rankings. I'm not sure whether I like the Nescafé or the Mount Hagen better. This is a very highly scientific taste test. Making sure I clean out the cup. I'm excited to try the Cafe Bustelo. This is espresso coffee, instant espresso coffee. Instant sticks enjoy rich, full-bodied flavor that will stand up to both milk and sugar like no other. So this box has 6 little sticks. Okay, it's not lighting. Nice. I have such a soft spot. I'm a lover of espresso, and I'm like, Cafe Bustelo, that must be good. The smell is not good. It's not coffee-like. It's just like wet mop. It doesn't have a coffee taste. I'm so disappointed and surprised. I wonder if that has to do with how much water's in there. I followed the recipe. It says 6 fluid ounces. I found there's a milliliter and an ounce mark. I filled it up to the 6-ounce mark. So let me try this with a creamer. I'm going to test them all, and then I'm going to rank them in order, and then I'm going to try to decide how they compare with the winner from my last test. None of this stuff is sponsored, obviously. I don't know why it has no flavor. That's a real disappointment. I'm running out of daylight. I'm not going to do the Four Sigmatic today. If you want me to test that, if you want me to test other coffees that I didn't mention today, that you have other favorites, just comment yes. Yes means yes, Marion. Test some more stuff. If you want to tell me what to test, please do. Quick note before I give you the final countdown and tell you which coffee I think is the best. Sometimes making these videos feels like talking into the void. So if this video was interesting to you in any way, I would love it if you make some kind of comment or hit subscribe or hit like, just so I know that you're hearing me and that I'm not wasting my time. So the final countdown from worst to best. This is sad to say, but this is number 5 out of 5. Least favorite instant coffee. It just had no taste. Cafe Bustelo. Number 4, Cusa. Now this one, so many of you recommended to me because it's sold in so many outdoor stores. And maybe that's because you can make it with cold water. Maybe it's worth it for that, or cold milk even. But again, it just had no real taste. Number 3 is the Trader Joe's instant coffee packets with sugar and creamer. I personally don't take my coffee with sugar, and this had a lot of cream in it, but I could see that this could be a really nice drink, just like a hot chocolate, when you're out there camping and you want a nice, warm, sweet, delicious drink. Okay, now we're getting down to it. Number 1 and number 2. And then I'm going to talk about which one of them does or does not beat the number 1 from my last time around. Gosh, this is close. They both had a really nice dark roast flavor. Before I pick, a couple of things. One is the Mount Hagen I was able to get in my local store. That's a couple points in its favor. The Nescafé comes in the individually wrapped tubes, which the Mount Hagen didn't, or at least I couldn't find it that way. So that's a couple of points in favor of the Nescafé. Now, in terms of taste, since they're tied for the other factors, boy, that's tough. I'm going to say my number 1 pick was the Mount Hagen. Is either of these better than the winner from last time, the Starbucks Via? I don't think so. I think the Starbucks Via Instant is still my favorite. Now, some of you wanted me to do a blind taste test, and that would be a good idea, but honestly, it's kind of hard to manage on my own. So if I can get a friend to come help me and mix up some coffees, I don't mind doing that if you think I should do a blind taste test. You let me know that in the comments.